Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can get shit done. Or at least I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on how to be a more productive person. It's funny because so many people have told me that I'm a really productive person, and I honestly have never really seen that. I guess I just always thought like I just did work like everyone else. But as I have gotten older, I have noticed that I do seem to get a lot of work done in a short amount of time. So I guess I would consider myself to be a pretty productive person. So I'm going to share my tips and the things that I do with you guys in order to help you. Before I get into this video, I do want to let you know that it is sponsored by Four Sigmatic, which is an awesome company that specializes in adaptogenic herbs, medicinal mushrooms, and other functional supplements. And I know that last sentence sounds like really bougie and fancy and hard to understand, but Four Sigmatic actually does an amazing job at making their products really easy to understand and implement in your everyday life. So I will touch a little bit more on that later, but for now, let's get on to my first tip. Honestly, my first tip is to make a list. I don't know about you guys, but there were periods of my time, like in high school, where I would religiously use my planner and write down all of my homework, all my upcoming tests, etc. And then there were months where I was like, oh, I can just remember it. I don't have to write it down and my planner would be blank. And I definitely did a lot less during the months where I didn't write stuff down. Even though you may think that it's easy to remember everything in your head, I just think when you have it all written down on paper, it makes it so much more easy to visualize. I also have a type A personality and I love making to-do lists, but there's just something so satisfying about checking something off once you have finished it. Personally, I love to use my bullet journal to keep track of everything and have a monthly calendar view, but you can also just do this online using Google Calendars or just the calendar app in your iPhone or the to-do lists or notes section in your cell phone. Now, if you do make day-to-day to-do lists like I like to do, my one caveat to this would be don't put too much on your list at once because that just gets overwhelming, and we're not superhuman. As much as we would like to think that we are, there is a limit to the amount of tasks that we can accomplish in one day. So don't overload it, but just make it reasonable. My next tip is to snack with purpose. Your brain runs solely on glucose, which is sugar, which is carbohydrates. However, personally, and I think there are many other people out there who also agree with me, I don't think it's the best thing to snack on pure glucose in order to fuel your brain. And I know a lot of people will reach for some sugary foods or candy or a bag of potato chips, but I still think eating healthy and nutritious food is key. And especially if you're only eating carbohydrates, no matter what it comes from, when you just eat pure carbohydrates, you'll get an energy spike, but you're also going to crash like 30 minutes later. For that reason, I do like to consume complex carbohydrates, which takes the body a little bit longer to break down, but I also like to eat carbohydrates with a source of healthy fats when I snack, because fats help you feel satiated and full for longer, and they also give you more sustained energy, and it takes the body longer to break them down. Personally, I try to stay away from coffee just because it makes me feel a little bit jittery and I crash more. However, I do drink tea. Matcha is a great way to boost your energy with a little hit of caffeine, and I love Four Sigmatic's matcha that is also boosted with ginger and lion's mane. And lion's mane is an adaptogenic mushroom that helps improve your clarity and focus. So I just make myself a little latte and just sip that while I am working. And it's a nice way to treat myself too, because I feel super fancy, because lattes are pretty fancy, right? On the other hand, sometimes I don't just want to drink something and I want something with a little bit more bite. And my go-to snack is homemade energy bites. And energy bites are essentially just a mix of dried fruits and nuts, and you put them in your food processor. You can add different spices or different nuts or other crunchy things into them, but essentially it's just fruit and nuts. However, recently I have been boosting my energy bites with some of Four Sigmatic's lion's mane mushroom elixir. Like I just mentioned in the mushroom matcha, lion's mane helps improve your clarity and mental focus. So in your energy bite, you get some carbohydrates from the fruit, some healthy fats, and then you have the lion's mane, which helps keep you going longer so you can get your ish done. Also, I really don't think you can taste it, and you can pretty much use any energy bite you want, and I just add 1 to 2 packets of lion's mane into it, and I find that that is enough for me, and it doesn't really affect the recipe too much. And also, I just want to say, if you don't have a sweet tooth and like to have savory snacks, I do have some savory energy bite recipes on my blog too. I will link a few in the description of this video so you can check them out. Finally, it is also good to keep in mind that a moderate level of stress is actually good for you and will motivate you to do more. So it's good to be like slightly awake and mentally focused on something. However, too much stress is never a good thing, and sometimes you just need to chill out. When I find that I need to take a few deep breaths and relax a little, I like to make myself a latte using Four Sigmatic's reishi mushroom elixir, and reishi is another amazing mushroom that has been shown to help reduce stress and can also improve your sleep. So you could even drink this before you go to bed to help you get a good night's sleep and to help you get more stuff accomplished the next day, because we all know a good night's sleep is very, very important to productivity and overall energy. Also, if you're feeling extra fancy, Four Sigmatic has these hot cacao packets with the reishi infused in it, so you can not only have a latte, you can make yourself a cup of hot chocolate, and who doesn't like hot chocolate? And because I am partnering with Four Sigmatic in this video, I do have an awesome discount for you guys. If you go to foursigmatic.com/FromMyBowl, you can use code FromMyBowl with no spaces for 15% off your order. So they have a ton of different products. You can browse through all of them. All of them are amazing. I personally love them and use several of them in my day-to-day life. So I will have the link in the description below if you want to check it out. My third tip is to work in batches. And I know it may not seem like transitioning from one task to another takes a lot of time or energy, but when we're being productive, every second counts. So I would say that this concept is pretty much my general work ethic. So as you guys know, I do content creation and photography and stuff like that full time. So I break up my work days based on what I have to do. So I'll have some days that are filming days where I'm filming in front of the camera, like today. I'm filming talking videos, and I might also film recipe videos. I might shoot a few recipes. And then I'll have other days that are more just dedicated to editing and answering emails and writing blog posts, where I'm basically just sitting at my computer grinding through something. For me, it is so much easier to just get all of my work done when I clump it together. So if I'm editing photos, I won't just shoot a recipe, then edit the photos, then write the blog post and post. I will shoot a bunch of recipes in 1 to 2 days, then edit photos for, I'd say, like 5 or 6 recipes in one sitting. My fourth tip is to plan mini rewards when you are really in a slump and need motivation to get something done. So there is a method of studying called the Pomodoro method. Honestly, I read about it a few years ago, like back in high school. But I think the general theory is that you set a timer for 20 to 25 minutes, and during this time, you promise that you will be solely focused on this thing. You don't have any distractions. You won't go to the bathroom. You won't check your phone. You won't eat a snack. You literally don't do anything but the task at hand. And it may be hard in the first like 5 to 10 minutes to really focus on the task, but you get into the groove. By the end of the 20 minutes, most of the time you're so engrossed in the task and enveloped in the work that you really don't want to stop. However, at the end of 20 to 25 minutes, if you want to, I think it allows you to take like a 5-minute break. Even if you don't want to use this exact method, I think it is good to give yourself a mini reward. So say you're going to work really intensely for a certain amount of time, and then give yourself a short 5-minute break. And this break could mean like having a snack, like some lion's mane energy bites or a matcha latte. Or maybe just stretching or petting your dog or cat, or looking at cute pictures of corgi butts on the internet. I don't know. I've done that before. Also, on the note of breaking things down into smaller tasks, I would suggest that you break your larger tasks down into smaller tasks when you're writing to-do lists or when you're just like thinking of the things that you mentally have to conquer. So an example for me again would be making a YouTube video. When I make a YouTube recipe video, it takes me anywhere from 14 to 20, sometimes more than 20 hours to develop, film, shoot, edit, upload, the whole entire thing. So I'm not just going to write film YouTube video on my to-do list, because that could take me like 2 to 3 days to complete, and it's just going to annoy me that I have this thing that has taken me so long to do and I haven't even finished it yet. However, what I do is I'll break things down. I'll make a bullet point and I'll say, film this recipe, then film another recipe, then edit the video, then I'll make a bullet point to record the voiceover, then I'll make a bullet point to upload it, things like that. You feel so much more accomplished when you get to cross off or complete those smaller tasks and you're still working towards the bigger picture, and you just feel more satisfied and like you're actually getting stuff done. All right, and last but not least, my final 5th tip is to tune in to your body. There is a saying, most people know it, like some people are morning birds and some people are night owls. Did I just mess that saying up? Anyway, some people are a lot more energetic and motivated in the morning, whereas some people are a lot more energetic and motivated at night. And I really think it's important for you to listen to your body and tune into that. While we can all take certain amounts of caffeine and superfoods and mushrooms, and this will help us get through our day, you're going to be so much more effective when you go with your body's natural rhythm. I would suggest that you do your hardest and most mentally taxing tasks during the time of day where you have the most energy, and save the easy tasks that don't require as much brain power or willpower to complete for other parts of the day. I get so much more done in the morning than in the evening. So I usually film videos in the morning, or I'll test recipes in the morning. I save my easier tasks that don't require as much brain power. For example, editing photos is pretty simple for me, so I like to save that for the evening, or I will answer emails or record voiceovers for videos, things that don't require as much thought or like a creative process. And I think that is it. Those are all of my tips for productivity and how to be a more productive person. If you have a tip that I didn't share in this video but has helped you be a more productive person, please let me and the other cool people watching this video know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to my channel, you can also hit that subscribe button, because I post 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss out on the fun. Another big thank you to Four Sigmatic for sponsoring this video, and don't forget that you can get a 15% discount off of anything on the website when you go to foursigmatic.com/formybowl. That is officially everything I have to say for now, so thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!